Hello, welcome to Asian Petrolhead. Today we have 2021 Genesis G80 as a press car, which is the executive sedan from the Genesis brand that also competes against rivals such as Mercedes E-Class and also BMW 5 Series. Yes, I remember showing you the car with 2.5 liter turbo and also 3.5 liter twin turbo. So why today again, right? Well, because I just did not have time to show you all the features of Genesis G80, and because this guy has 2.2 liter diesel inside. And since we have the car, let me just show you how fast, how efficient she is, and how she attacks corners. So it's going to be fun today. So before we begin, if you love cars and car reviews, please do support us by subscribing to our channel. And now let's just start the show right now, right? And this Genesis G80 also has remote park assist, so you can ask Genesis G80 to park itself for you, or you can just use the remote. You can certainly lock the car, start the car. Sounds like a diesel a little bit. And you can just push this button and it will move forward for you. Doing a good job. And if somebody suddenly steps in, it will automatically stop for you. So it's a quite safe system, and I think it will be very convenient. Let's say your car is stuck at the mall in between two cars, you can just push it out and drive out. So it's a very convenient system. Okay, time to go back in now. And you can also shut off the engine as well. Takes a little bit of time. And I think you guys are curious about the 0 to 60 time, so let me just show you the engine room first. Here in Korea, you can get this Genesis G80 with 3 different engine choices: 2.5 liter turbo, 3.5 liter twin turbo, or 2.2 liter diesel, which is what our tester has. Makes about 202 horsepower, 325 pound-feet of torque. It's the same unit that you can find in cars such as Hyundai Santa Fe and Kia Sedona. But Genesis said they used the aluminum block to save about 44 pounds out of the diesel, and they said they really work hard to make this car less noisy and vibrating. So let's go out in a bit and see if Genesis have completed their homework. An engine is mated to 8-speed automatic, and a tester also came with all-wheel drive system. So let me just show you how fast this Genesis G80 2.2 liter diesel can be. Alright guys, let's turn on the ESC, 2-stage actually. And now put the car into sports mode and drive. Wow, no slippage. It's a slippery day today, but no slippage. Going. Wow, not bad at all. It took Genesis G80 2.2 liter diesel about 7.2 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour. Of course, less punchy compared to 2.5 liter turbo and 3.5 liter twin turbo, and it feels a lot quieter and smoother compared to the ones applied to Hyundai Santa Fe and Kia Sedona. Okay, let me also show you the car from the rear, because there's one big difference for the diesel from the rear. Can you guys guess what it is? Well, we still have a short trunk deck that actually works as a rear spoiler. We also have 2-lined tail lamp with all the letterings in the middle, but still does not say diesel anywhere from the rear. We also have reflector and also full LED tail lamp system. So what is so different, guys? Can you guess what it is? Yes, we no longer have dual exhaust on the bottom. It's actually hidden type located on the right bottom side. And that is one big difference for the diesel from the rear. Okay? Alright guys, let me also show you the trunk. You actually have to press here. Of course, motorized, and oh my god. And trunk size seems to be quite class competitive. We have some nuts here. We have a fixer flat kit for Korean spec model, but if you're watching from North America, I think they might give you a spare tire, so don't worry. We have a battery placed on the bottom for weight distribution purposes. Looks very large. And we also have a ski-through inside, all right? Okay, let me also show you the car from the side. And just like I told you, this Genesis G80 competes against rivals such as Mercedes E-Class and also BMW 5 Series. And in terms of dimensions, this Genesis G80 is about 2 inches wider, and it also has about 2.7 inches longer wheelbase, even compared to new Mercedes E-Class. So second row seats should be quite spacious. And look, we also have self-closing doors. And you guys all know I'm about 6'2". There's good amount of leg room, and headroom is also generous as well. And Genesis GV80 has motorized sunshade for the side, but this guy only has manual sunshade for the side. And we have double laminated windows that comes down, not all the way, but almost all the way. We also have a good looking armrest with 2 cup holders, actually pop-up type. And you can certainly recline the seats. It travels quite a bit, about this much. And we also have 3-stage heated and ventilation seats, Genesis control in the middle, motorized sunshade for the rear. We also have some storage area, 1 USB charging port, 2 earphone jacks, and we also have 2 air vents, some climate control, walk-in device for lazy people like me, and we also have a large panoramic sunroof on the top. It's a cold day today, so yeah, pretty nice. And we also have 2 9.2-inch screens up front. You can certainly turn them on using the power button located on the armrest. On the first page it says climate, weather, and map. Map is very important because you need to make sure that you're not being kidnapped by your driver. Second page, all about media, so let's just move on. Third page gives you sound of nature, camera, and also ambient light if you need to quickly change the mood. And the last page is for the manual. It's gonna cost you about $2,200 US for this option. So guys, do let me know whether you think it's worth the money in the comment section. Yeah, it responds very nicely and shows you many things. So let me know in the comment section. It can be also tilted like this. Looks pretty much the same from the side, but there's one big difference for the diesel from the side. That is, you cannot get it with 20 inches rim. You have to choose between 18 or 19. And our tester came with 18 inches rim. It's wearing 245 50 by 18 on front and back. Okay, now why don't we check out the braking performance of this Genesis G80 with 2.2-liter diesel then. All right, braking this time. It took Genesis G80 2.2-liter diesel about 134 feet to a complete stop. Felt very stable, but it's cold day and it snowed yesterday. So I'm sure it would have done a bit better if it was warm and dry day here in Korea today. But not bad at all. All right, let's continue driving and talk about visibility first. Just like any other Genesis models, we have large windows all around. We also have blind spot alert system and also monitoring system, which will greatly help you during your lane changes. Just like I told you, this has double laminated windows for the first and also second row seats. So when you're driving and cruising like this, you can hardly notice the diesel. So I would recommend this 2.2-liter diesel for those of you who will be mainly driving this car on long distance journeys. And this 2.2-liter diesel really feels nicely isolated with this new Genesis G80. Slipped there a little bit. Same deal here. We have 12.3-inch gauge cluster in the middle, and to the right we have whopping 14.5-inch infotainment screen. Yes, a bit far away from the driver's seat, but once you get used to using this Genesis control, you should be fine. And overall, the interior feels very premium. Okay, now let's put the car into sports and drive. Oh, not bad. Pulls very linearly for a 2.2-liter diesel. And because its peak torque starts as early as 1750 RPM, you can really enjoy good amount of torque starting from the bottom. Let me just show it to you guys. 2000, 2.5, 3000, 3.5, 4000, and shifting. So yes, red line happening relatively faster compared to a gasoline engine, but it just pulls very linearly all throughout the RPM range. Good amount of torque coming from a diesel. I like it. An engine is mated to 8-speed automatic. We're also given paddle shifters. So let me just show you working in action. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So yes, it shifts a little bit slower compared to the ones mated to gasoline engines, but not bad for a diesel. Shifting quickly and also smoothly. Yeah, I like it. It's working beautifully with this 2.2 liter diesel. And will it go into first gear? That's third, second, and first. It also feels pretty smooth in first gear too. Not bad for the ones mated to diesel engine. Working very properly here. All right, let me just show you a few corners. I don't think we can go that fast because it's very slippery today. It's from yesterday's snow plus lots of calcium chloride on the floor. But this Genesis G80 handles quite nicely with low center of gravity plus rack type electric system. So yeah, like I told you, we cannot go that fast. And why don't we go see if we can try the corner, okay? All right guys, let's try one more time on this on-ramp. Not really sure, hopefully it's a bit dry. Let's go with third gear, looks pretty good. Wow! All-wheel drive system engaging very actively, and if you're seeing it, the seatbelt just pulls you hard when it detects danger, and it overall feels very nice. All-wheel drive system was just engaging very actively, and lower center of gravity just makes this Genesis G80 handle quite nicely. Very surprised, and like I told you, it's very slippery, but it manages it very fine. Good job. Okay, now let's put the car into comfort mode, and this Genesis G80 can be also a very good highway cruiser. Like we told you, we have double laminated windows for the first and second row seats, so it can be very nicely isolated even on these highway driving situations. And since we're driving on the highway, let me just show you Genesis G80 changing the lanes for you. First of all, we need to turn on the adaptive cruise control, which also turns on the lane keep assist. As you can see, it's a very delicate system, placing the car right on the center. And when there's no car, when you turn on the blinker, it will automatically change the lanes for you. But the problem is you need to have your hand on the steering wheel. If you don't, it's going to say keep your hands on the steering wheel. So yes, it's not perfect system, but I like to see where Genesis goes from here. And this Genesis G80, let's put it back to sports mode, feels very stable, even on very, very high speed. So as you can see, it still feels very isolated, nicely isolated, even on very high speed. Nice. Wow, it just pulls very linearly, and good brakes. And again, the seatbelt just pulls hard to keep you in place, to keep you in safety. Okay, so good car overall. Very good highway cruiser, I would say. Okay guys, let's try the corner with Genesis G80 with 2.2 liter diesel. Let's go with third gear. Third gear sounds good. Hopefully it's dry. It's taking very nicely, and actually the rear actually pops out. Oh my god. And this really knows how to keep itself when thrown into corners. Adaptive suspension, especially all-wheel drive, feels very engaging, and overall this Genesis G80 handles very nicely for a luxury sedan, I would say. Very nice. So before we end the show, why don't we check out the efficiency of this Genesis G80 with 2.2 liter diesel. It returned about 27 miles per gallon in the city and over 35 miles per gallon on the highway. So if you're okay with the diesel, it will reward you greatly with efficiency. I'm impressed. Alright guys, this has been our test drive with 2021 Genesis G80 with 2.2 liter diesel. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back with much more. So if you love cars and car reviews, please do consider subscribing to our channel, and also hit that bell notification so you don't miss out in the future. Thank you guys, see you soon, stay healthy, and bye bye. Let me also quickly show you the car from the front. We have Genesis logo on the top, radar sensor for the adaptive cruise control, 360 camera. We also have active grille shutter to keep it more efficient, crest grille in the middle. We also have two-lined DRL, turn signal and headlamp. So let me just show you working in action. That's DRL, headlamp, high beam, turn signal. There's no fog lamp, and this is what horn sounds like. Okay, let me just tell you a little bit more about the interior. Just lovely two-tone leather, gray and vanilla, looks very nice, and also open pore wood trim. Header button on the top, nice. And we also have physical buttons here, and these buttons are touch sensitive. It's all right to use, I guess. Looks generally very nice. Open pore wood, lots of them here, and soft touching materials on the top as well. And we also have wireless charging pad and infotainment controls here, volume, seat button, back home menu. And some of you asked me like whether do I like the ones from GV70 better or this one. I like this flat one better. It's larger, and also love the pattern and just the way it moves. I like this one better. So let me know which one you guys like better in the comment section. We also have auto hold, gear selector. It's very straightforward. Push the top one, go to parking, reverse, neutral, drive, parking. Okay, and drive mode selector, 360 camera, very good one, and parking sensor off. So it's got pretty much everything. Okay.